If you're an NFL fan, chances are you've heard the name Kyle Van Noy said a few times in the past 5 years. Van Noy is a fan favorite in New England and is a leader inside the locker room. His play on the field speaks volumes as he is always involved in any play. But his path to the NFL is truly inspiring. This is the story of Kyle Van Noy. First, I want to thank all of you for the insane amount of support on the Scotty Miller video. If you're back from that, just know I'm going to try to make this a regular series here. But without further ado, let's get started with some backstory on KVN. Kyle Van Noy burst onto the scene in 2016 with the New England Patriots and hasn't looked back, winning 2 Super Bowls and becoming one of the highest paid linebackers in the league, and also becoming a household name around the league. But the truth is, it hasn't always been this way for Van Noy. First, let's go all the way back to 1991 and start with Kyle Van Noy's childhood, and it was tough. Born in 91 in Reno, Nevada, Van Noy was adopted from birth and welcomed into the Van Noy family. For the first handful of years of his life, he grew up in California. During that time, he observed some physical differences between he and the rest of his family. In that moment, he asked his parents, and they gave him the truthful answer. Kyle learned he was adopted. He recalls in an interview with the Patriots in early 2020 that it, quote, wasn't a big deal. Nobody acted weird or different about it, so you just kind of rolled with it. At 11 years old, Kyle and the rest of the Van Noys moved back to Reno, and at just 11 years old, he was already the best player on the field. But with that comes attention, and with attention comes questions. KVN told Eric Saclaviano of Patriots.com, quote, as you get older, people start to find out, and they ask, oh, you're adopted, as if it's a bad thing, but to me, it's a blessing. When high school passed, Van Noy drew the attention of a lot of big schools, and he eventually decided to commit to BYU. In his first year, he put up solid numbers with 35 tackles, 2 forced fumbles, and a defensive touchdown. His sophomore year, Van Noy started 8 of 13 games, recording 68 tackles and 7 sacks. At the end of that year, he was named to the Phil Steele All-Independent First Team. Junior year was another insane season for Kyle, with 53 tackles in 13 games, 22 of which were for negative yards, and 13 sacks, as well as 2 interceptions. He had a breakout game in the San Diego Credit Union Ponecita Bowl, and in that game he registered 8 tackles, 1.5 sacks, 1 forced fumble, and a recovery for a touchdown, as well as a blocked punt. This put the name Kyle Van Noy high on the radar of teams looking for defense in the NFL draft, but he decided to return to BYU for his senior season. That decision paid off, as KVN went off with 70 tackles, 3 sacks, and 2 interceptions. This set Van Noy up for a late first, early second round draft spot. And in 2014, in the draft, the Detroit Lions owned the 40th overall selection. With that pick, they took linebacker from BYU, Kyle Van Noy. The early second-round selection joined the Lions, a team that had their struggles in that period. But Van Noy had a huge impact on his college team and looked to do the same in the blue and silver. His time in Detroit was short-lived, however, as his first big season resulted in a trade mid-year, when the New England Patriots went out to fill their linebacker needs, acquiring the then 24-year-old along with a 7th-round pick in exchange for a 6th-round draft choice. It was in New England where Van Noy took the next step. In his first game as a Patriot, he recorded 3 tackles and 1 sack. In his second game, he got his first NFL career interception off Rams rookie quarterback Jared Goff. KVN finished the year with 52 total tackles, and Van Noy was playoff bound for the first time in his career. And he showed up. 5 tackles and a half sack in 3 games, and got to be a part of the greatest comeback in NFL history. The next 2 years, Van Noy continued to dominate, winning the starting job in 2017 and helping lead the Patriots to another Super Bowl appearance. And in 2019, he was front and center in one of the greatest defensive performances in NFL history. In 2020, Kvn signed a big deal worth $51 million over 4 years with the Miami Dolphins, reuniting with former defensive play caller Brian Flores. Van Noy played pretty well in Miami, including earning the AFC Defensive Player of the Week honors in Week 13. Kyle had an abnormal season, just like everyone, but due to a cap crunch, the Dolphins had to let number 53 go after just 1 season. The 30-year-old didn't take it personally, at least not publicly. We all know the harsh reality of it, is football is a business, and that's something we often forget. Just 9 days later, Van Noy joined the New England Patriots on a 2-year deal, and you know he's pumped to be back in Foxborough. And Pats fans are more than pumped to have him back. He's a fan favorite in New England, and I personally can attest to that. Van Noy is my favorite player in the NFL right now. He even was when he was a Dolphin. His story is inspiring, and his play on the field makes you want to get up and go play 60 minutes yourself right after the game. Or is that just me? Kyle and his wife Marissa have 1 young boy, Trey, and have started the Van Noy Valor Foundation. The motive is to provide help and support for kids in foster care and adopted children. Kyle is a kind-hearted person and a guy you want to see well do off and on the football field. This has been the story of Kyle Van Noy. If you guys enjoyed, make sure that you like and subscribe. Thank you guys for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this story as much as I do. It's so great to look back on the journey that players took to get to where they are in the NFL right now, and just think that if they can do it, you can do whatever you want in your life. If you guys enjoyed, make sure that you like and subscribe. I'll see you guys next time. Go check out my hockey channel. Links in the description. Goodbye.